Usually, when it comes to DIY, we try and hide screws. We definitely don't want to be seeing them, but this project's a little bit different. I'm going to be making a house number plaque where the screws are the star of the show. So what I've got here is an oak board with the bark still attached. I think this is going to work great as the actual backer to the plaque, but as I said, the screws really are going to be the star of the show. To help with the placement, I've actually printed off the house number and a bit of a symbol to go along with it. Now how this will work is each square on the grid represents the size of the screw head, so I can basically see where I need the screws to sit in order to make up the numbers and to make up the symbol as well. There's also a point in the centre of each of the squares on the grid, and that lets me know where I can drill a pilot hole and where to eventually put the screws. Now if you haven't got access to a computer or access to be able to print something like this, don't worry, you can mark a grid onto the board yourself. Just measure out a square grid, draw yourself some grid lines, and then you could even trace around some existing house numbers or draw on the numbers yourself, and where that falls on the grid also lets you know where you need to put your screws. So the first thing that I need to do is figure out my placement. So I want to really just have a rough idea of where I want to place the numbers and where I want to place my symbol. I think that positioning looks good, so to help keep it in place, I'm just going to be using some painter's tape. With those held in place now, the next thing I need to do is transfer the marks from the paper through to the oak underneath. This will give me a guide for where I need to drill pilot holes and where the screws will have to get screwed into later. Now to do that, you literally could just use a screw, place it onto your point, push or use a hammer to knock and make an indentation on the underside, but what I'm going to use is a centre punch. This is a really useful tool to have. Doesn't matter if you haven't got it, like I say, you could just use the screw method, but this just makes it nice, quick and easy to transfer those points through to the wood. I'll just literally place it on the dot and push. That's made an indentation now that when I remove the paper, I'll be able to see where to drill. With all those points marked, I can now remove the painter's tape and the paper, and it should hopefully reveal a design underneath. There's all the points now that I've got to drill pilot holes and then screw the screws into. Now I can drill all those points, forming little pilot holes ready for the screws. And here's the end result. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It took a lot of screwing, but I think the results speak for themselves. I really like the bit of bark accent at the top. I think that's going to stand out a lot. And of course, the different colour variations in the screws just adds to the design. I did accidentally do the pineapple upside down, but never mind, eh? If you haven't subscribed to On a Budget already, make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell icon next to it. That way you'll get a notification as soon as you upload a new video. If you like this one, make sure you give a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, let us know what you think of it, and we'll catch you on the next one.